One last thing po, and again, this is just purely by way of suggestion. The Supreme Court has a rule on the issuance of cyber warrants that would apply to all offenses, including, I understand, corruption offenses that are done through the use of any kind of electronic or computer device. So if you come up with information or evidence looking in that direction, perhaps it may be something to consider to secure warrants to intercept electronic data or to obtain data already found in cell phones and other electronic devices. Thank you very much, and thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, these are very, very important and very, very welcome suggestions, especially for the suggestions on securing the electronic devices. No, and I was just looking at former General Bisnar, and we will be doing that, as well as the cyber warrants. We will be coordinating po with General Bernard Yang of PNP Cybercrime to ask them to assist us on this. Sir, thank you so much po for those invaluable suggestions.
Thank you very much, Representative Jokno. We'll move to our next interpellator. I now recognize Representative Brian Yamsuan.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. This is just a manifestation, and also I would like to tell Secretary Vince na maraming salamat sa serbisyo mo sa bayan. Napakaganda ng ginagawa mo. You have inspired people, and we have known each other for almost 3 decades now, and I was fortunate enough to work with you at nakita ko yung nagkaroon ako ng bird's eye view on how you deal with things and how you are efficient in what you do. And because of that, Secretary Vince, ako bilang kinatawan ng ikalawang distrito ng Parañaque, I will give you a free hand to review all the projects in my district. Ikaw na ang bahala. Kung tingin mo nararapat ang mga proyekto para sa aming lugar, gawin mo. Kung ano ang tatanggalin mo, kung ano idadagdag mo na sa tingin mo makakatulong sa master plan natin upang maibsan lahat ng problema ng ating bayan, gawin mo. So yun ang binibigay ko sa iyo ngayon na parang pagkakataon na help us fix all these problems. And I am giving you a free hand to fix all the problems also in my district. Bilang first time na district congressman, kailangan ko rin ang tulong ninyo. At ibinibigay ko sa iyo ngayon itong pagkakataon to para maayos mo ang lahat ng mga problema sa mga distrito ng ating bansa. And I will start it with the 2nd District of Parañaque. At ako'y nagpapasalamat na ikaw na ang nandyan. At least ngayon, pwede na kami makatulog na mahimbing na ikaw na ang Secretary ng DPWH. That's all, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, maraming salamat po. Just kapasalamat po ako sa aking batchmates sa government service. Sabay po tayo nagsimula sa gobyerno. Maraming salamat po, and makakaasa po kayo na gagawin po natin yung kaya natin gawin. Thank you very much po.
Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Representative Yamsuan. I would like to recognize Representative Laila de Lima.
Thank you for recognizing this representation. This is actually an adjunct to or related to my earlier parliamentary inquiry. Now, we were here this morning and we heard the questions so far, and quite understandable, the good secretary finding difficulty in answering many questions. Again, very understandable. Nasabi po ng secretary na siya mismo naguguluhan, siya mismo ay sumasakit ang ulo dahil sa pag-review ng proposed budget ng DPWH. So at this point, Madam Chairperson, I'm compelled to present a motion for this committee to direct and compel DBM and DPWH to submit any errata, any amendment, any new proposals, any new provisions respecting the DPWH budget. I firmly submit that this committee has every right to so compel, because this committee has already lawfully acquired jurisdiction over the budget, over the NEP. Kaya nga po, sinabi ko po kanina na para sa akin, it would be constitutionally and practically or procedurally problematic kapag natuloy yung unang mungkahi na ibabalik in its entirety the NEP to the executive. We cannot at this point decline our jurisdiction. Kasi yung jurisdiction po over the budget, yung House, nandito na po sa amin. We cannot do pass the budget kasi nasa amin, alam po ito ng lahat, nasa amin po ang sole and exclusive power of the purse. So, ang susunod pagka-submit ng NEP is mag-deliberate and then amendments kung meron, then passage of the GAB before enactment as GAA. Yun po ang tamang proseso. Now, in the meantime, na meron nga po tayong ganitong problema, hindi natin alam kung ano nang magiging itsura ng budget ng DPWH after yung supposed review ng DBM alongside DPWH. In the exercise of its own exclusive duty, kami po, exclusive duty, and within our own competence, I move, Your Honors, I move, Madam Chairperson, to compel and direct DBM and DPWH to submit within a proper period, perhaps 1 week or 2 weeks, any correction, any new proposals, any new entries in the DPWH budget. And in the meantime, necessarily, as a consequence, I therefore move to defer or suspend the consideration of the budget hearing on the proposed budget of the DPWH to a later date to be determined by the committee. I so move, Madam Chairperson.
I second the motion.
I second the motion.
There are two motions. So I will first rule on the first motion of Representative De Lima. The motion being to compel and direct the DBM and the DPWH to submit new proposals or revisions within a duration prescribed by the committee regarding the budget of the DPWH for fiscal year 2026, and thereafter, the submitted new proposals and revisions from the DPWH will be subjected to further deliberations and scrutiny of the Committee on Appropriations. Any second on the first motion?
Second, Your Honor.
It has been moved and seconded. The motion is carried. The committee thereby compels and directs the DBM and the DPWH to submit new proposals or revisions within a prescribed period with regard to the Committee on Appropriations, their proposals with regard to the amendments to the DPWH budget for fiscal year 2026, and thereafter, the said proposals and revisions will be subjected to further deliberations and scrutiny by the Committee on Appropriations.
Madam Chairperson, before the voting, may I just clarify, is there a specific period that we have to impose on the compliance with our order?
In
I think
terms
it's
of-
necessary
Yes.
to impose a specific duration or period. Thank
In
you,
terms
Madam
of the
Chair.
duration, Representative De Lima, I will put into context the schedule of the committee deliberations, which at the moment we are scheduled to end by September 16, so that we can move to the plenary thereafter. So in light of that, we are hoping to schedule the next hearing of the Department of Public Works and Highways within that week, the week of September 15 and 16. So in that case, would the Department of Public Works and Highways be amenable to a deadline of September 12 for the new revisions and proposals on the proposed budget for fiscal year 2026?
Yes, Madam Chair. We will submit by September 12, end of day, September 12.
Thank you very much, Representative Lima. Therefore, the motion and the ruling is amended to reflect that the prescribed period will be 7 days and that the Department of Public Works and Highways and the Department of Budget and Management will submit the said revisions and proposals by September 12. May I once again request Representative De Lima to reiterate the second motion?
I move that this committee direct or compel the Department of Budget and Management and the Department of Public Works and Highways to submit any correction, any errata, any amendments, any changes to the proposed budget of DPWH within 1 week. I'm sorry, the second motion?
Thank you, Representative De Lima. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
The second
So I
motion,
take it back
please.
because we have already voted on the first. Okay, so the second motion would now read as, I move to defer or suspend the consideration of the budget hearing on the proposed budget of the Department of Public Works and Highways to later date, not later than 1 week. September 16.
Second the motion.
Second, Your
Second the
Honor.
motion.
Second.
There is a motion to defer the consideration of the budget hearing on the proposed budget of the Department of Public Works and Highways to a later date, not later than September 16, and thereafter to be determined by the committee. It has been moved and seconded. The motion is carried. I move to defer the consideration, the budget hearing on the proposed budget of the Department of Public Works and Highways will now be deferred to a later date as determined by the committee, and that date being not later than September 16, 2025.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you.
We would like
Thank you,
to,
honorable members.
to
Thank you.
reassure, of course, the members of this August chamber as well as the public that once the DPWH submits the revised budget for the Department of Public Works and Highways, it will be closely scrutinized and deliberated on by the Committee on Appropriations on the later date. May I hear a motion for the suspension of the hearing?
Madam Chair, I move that we adjourn.
May I request to amend the said motion, not adjournment, but suspension?
Madam Speaker, I move that we suspend the hearing of the Department of Public Works and Highways until Committee on... I move that we suspend the budget hearing of the Committee on Appropriations on the Department of Public Works and Highways until Monday, September 8, 2025. So move, Madam Chair.
Second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded. The hearing is hereby suspended and will resume on Monday, September 8, 2025 at 9 o'clock in the morning. Thank you very much to our distinguished colleagues for your active participation today, and to the Department of Public Works and Highways for invaluable inputs to today's hearing. Thank you very much.